All right, advice for new teachers and others. Okay, know the context you're getting into. It might not be what you think, what you imagine, what you hope, what you dream. Know, please, the reality of the school system, the culture, and things around us and our world. You can look up articles, research, videos on the internet. People post things on YouTube which have intelligent discussion. There are intelligent ex-teachers and teachers saying things worth listening to. So please be informed. Know what students and administrators and schools and philosophic influences are like nowadays. So, and then some things to do because of that. Two things right now. One, network. Before you go into the career or while you're in, network. Make sure you know a lot of people, a lot of other teachers, maybe some good administrators. Stay in touch. And there's two reasons. One, it's a career. You need to know other people you can interact with, learn from, toss ideas around, think through them so you can grow, become better. A lot of professional things like that. What works? What doesn't? What's a fad? Talk to people who have been in the profession a long time, who have the experience and broad picture perspective that you might not. They can see what's worked and what hadn't. They can spot fads and mistakes and spot something that's already been tried. Someone who has more philosophic insight, good philosophy, not just any philosophy. Okay, things like that for networking. Number two, because there are many bad administrators out there, and there's things you got to deal with problem students. So make sure you have a network, so you know it. Because it's like one person who I've listened to has interviewed a lot of people, used to teach, researched the thing. She said she thought maybe 80% of the administrators were incompetent or bad. And someone she was interviewing had done a lot of work with a lot of different schools doing this program, and from what I recall, he agreed. So you will probably have a bad administrator to work with. That means someone who's going to try to lie to you, manipulate you, gaslight you, make you feel something like something's your fault. And some students will do that nowadays too, as you can look up and see plenty of videos on the internet. Someone's trying to help a student, telling them that they need to do something. This is like their fault. And the student says, no, it's your fault. You need to do a better job. It's crazy. And you might think, yes, you want to do your best. You know you can do better. And you might fall into the trap of thinking they're right in a sense, but they are not doing it from the standpoint of the truth. That is pure manipulation on the part of some students and administrators. Do not assume that they're anchored to the truth like you are. They are doing it purely for manipulation, lies, stuff like that, gaslighting, whatever, all this stuff. They're not doing it because they actually think that. All right? So please be careful. You need a network so you can talk to other people, know what's going on, know that it's not you, because administrators will try to isolate you. They will try to silence you. They will try to make it feel like it's your fault. They will try to finger point, put things back on them, on you, when it is not you at all. That's documented. Look on the internet. A lot of people talk about that. It's a fact. It's even beyond that. It's in the work world in general. Look up psychopaths, look up bad bosses, stuff like that. Look at human history, look at the culture today. It's not a fantasy. It's not just something that happens. That's made up. That's an excuse. Some people use it as an excuse. They're wrong, and they try to say, oh, other people are trying to do this to me. You got to know objectively that you are correct and see what they're doing and be on the alert for that. And to do that, like I say, you need a network to help to support you, so you know that the finger pointing thing, the attempt to silence and isolate, is common and broad, and it's not just you. They'll try to say it's just you, make you feel like that, but it ain't. It's them manipulating and lying. So be on the alert for that. Um, Number 2, have an escape plan. Be ready to get the heck out right away from education when you need to, because when they finger point on you, when they scapegoat, when they keep saying things are your fault, you better be ready. That ain't good for your career. That ain't good for the paper trail some people might leave on you. That's not good for your career development. How the hell can you become a better person when people are lying to you and all this stuff? Take it seriously. Have an escape plan and be ready. Maybe you get a good school, a good principal, some good administration temporarily, but it won't necessarily last. Be prepared. Have a resume written already. Keep it up to date. Take that seriously. Have supporting documents. Know what you can do. Research it ahead of time. Look at things you can do outside of education. Think about what you're doing in the field and how it can apply elsewhere. Seriously. Even if you don't have time during the school year, you have time in the summer. Get that and work it with some of your network. Have them do the same thing. Switch out resumes. Have people look at each other's resume and help each other out. Things like that. Practice interviewing each other. See what they think they could do outside of education. What you could do. What your strengths and weaknesses are. Prepare for it. You can use AI a lot. There's a lot of internet stuff you can use to help with your resume, researching other fields, seeing what you can do. There's suggestions on the internet, websites, videos, and YouTube and all this that are well documented, not just like silliness. So those 2 things I highly recommend for new teachers. Network for a bunch of different reasons, and have an escape plan, something developed. Be ready to get out. Resume, supporting documentation, skills, knowing what you're doing in education that applies elsewhere, and be ready to bail when you need to.